So moving on to phase 2, we want to polish this needle. Because even though it's clean and straight and sharp, there's little tiny ridges on this thing. And what happens is the little ridges catch paint as it goes past, and then it cakes up. So when you try to pull it back into the unit to get more paint, it creates like a little bump that creates a point that paint builds up on. So that just like gets thicker and thicker and thicker, and eventually it feels like you have a clog. A lot of the time, what feels like a clog is actually just your needle caking up. So to remedy this, you want to picture the needle being perfectly glass smooth. And if I spin it right here, I notice I actually have a slight bend in this needle as well, which we need to correct. So for this, we are going to want a buffer, a nail buffer. This is just, it has 7 different grits. The last one is like super fine. A Sharpie, so we can keep track of our progress. And something to spin it with. I was lucky enough that my hobby drill is the exact size to run this. So that's what I use. And a vise to hold it. Let me grab that. This cannot spin on its own. It's going to go bonkers. So you're going to need to keep it concentric and centered. But with your Sharpie, mark this real good. And now you have an idea of, when you see black, of what isn't painted or what isn't ground yet. We're going to start with, we don't want to start with this coarse one, we'll start with a medium. I want to match the angle of that taper. So then you see most of the black is gone except for in some grooves. So we can see that bend is still in the needle. See how there's black on this side, but none over here? So we need to focus a little bit more on the tip and try to work that tip out, work that bad spot out. Okay, we're starting to get somewhere. Starting to get warm on my hand here. It's gotten a lot better. We're getting a lot closer. Let's remark it and see how we're looking. Alright, here we are. It took close to 10 minutes of grinding and filing on this bad boy, but I think we finally got the little bend out of the tip. So we're going to mark it back up, and then we're going to try with the next grit. On to number 4. Now at this point, if you can see that, we have a really sharp... Here, hold on, let me get you in here. We have a really sharp needle. But you can still kind of see sanding and machine marks, so that's where we're going to work down through the steps, spinning about maybe a minute on each. Okay, so from this point forward, I don't want to mark it up anymore, because I think the ink is causing more harm than good. Alright, there we go. One really sharp needle. Stick it in, seat it up to its spot. And enjoy your freshly cleaned airbrush. If you guys found this helpful, please subscribe, like, share to your friends, do all that jazz. You know, hook me up. Later, man. Peace.